Hello and welcome to Verdict 2017 with me, Aishwarya Kapoor. And in the next 30 minutes, I'll be getting you all the news and updates and also special reports from the poll-bound states. Let's start with the headlines. Campaigning to end for single-phase polling for 69 assembly seats in Uttarakhand today. State goes to polls on 15th of February. Campaigning also to end for the second phase of polling for 67 assembly seats in Uttar Pradesh, voting across 11 districts on Wednesday. Election postponed in one seat in Uttarakhand following death of a BSP candidate. EC also postpones polling for one seat in Uttar Pradesh that will vote in phase 5. And we focus on the smaller parties in Uttarakhand that were in the forefront of the fight for statehood but are slowly losing out on electoral backing. First up, news from Uttar Pradesh, where campaigning for phase 2 of the assembly polls will end at 5 p.m. today. Now, 67 assembly constituencies in 11 districts will vote on Wednesday. In the last assembly polls, ruling Samajwadi Party had won 34 seats, followed by BSP on 18 seats, BJP on 10, Congress 3 and others 2. Well, important seats in this phase are Saharanpur, Bijnor, Muradabad, Amroha, Pilibhit and Badaयूं. 64% voter turnout was recorded in the first phase on Saturday. And a number of rallies are lined up today as campaigning continues for the remaining phases in Uttar Pradesh. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be addressing a rally in Lakhimpur Kheri today. Now, that is also the place where Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi will address the public meetings, followed by rallies in Baharapur in Bijnor district and Bareilly. Now, UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav will address 2 rallies today in Muradabad and Badaयूं. Meanwhile, SP patron Mulayam Singh Yadav will campaign for party candidates in Bharthana in Etawah district. BSP Supremo Mayawati will also rally support for her party candidates in Etawah district. Now, BJP President Amit Shah will hold rallies in Saharanpur and Sambhal. Now, polling in these districts will take place on 15th of February. Well, my colleague Panchanan Mishra is now joining us on the phone line. He's tracking all those developments in Uttar Pradesh very, very closely. Panchanan, now as far as, the key issues that have been raised by various candidates in this phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh is concerned, now we have the development of and the clearance of cane dues is also law and order situation. What else can we expect today? It is the last date of canvassing today.
Yeah, sure, yeah, definitely. For the second phase of election, the campaign is on a full swing because the election campaigning is up to 5 p.m. today.
Yes.
So that all the big leaders, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi, Mulayam Singh Yadav, UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, ex-Chief Minister, BSP leader Mayawati and BJP President Amit Shah, all the big leaders are lined up for this second phase of election and the campaigning. And the key issue is always the top priority is given to always by Prime Minister or Rahul Gandhi is a development issue. But
yes,
we have seen in the first phase that there was certain amount of polarization, and we saw the hefty increase in voting percentage up to 64% in comparison to last UP election, which was around 59%. There is a polarization amongst Muslims and also Jat votes. So this second phase also symbolizes this 67 seats of most of the seats are Muslim-dominated seats, and it has to be seen that what the political parties are taking chances to address their voters.
Absolutely.
So it will be very important to see the strategy of all the political parties, and it will be a very interesting election also.
Absolutely, and as far as the first phase is concerned, a very good voter turnout came out, so it is expected that this phase also we'll see similar performance. Thank you so much for all those updates, Panchanan. And campaigning for Uttarakhand Assembly seats will also end today, where 69 seats in the state will vote in a single phase on 15th of February. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has postponed elections for one seat each in Uttarakhand following the death of BSP candidate from Karnaprayag district in a road accident. Now, according to the law, a political party is given time to field a new candidate if the candidate of any recognized party passes away, and polling is fixed for a new date. Now, the new dates will be announced later. Let's go across to my colleague Sham Sundar now. Sham, with just one day to go before the poll campaign ends in Uttarakhand today, electioneering is reaching its zenith today. What all rallies are lined up? And as far as Uttarakhand is concerned, what are the key issues that have been raised in the campaigning?
Well, as far as issues are concerned, Prime Minister addressed a rally yesterday in Uttarakhand, and he raised the issue of one rank, one pension. As you know that a large number of people go to armed forces from Uttarakhand. So the national leaders are raising these issues there, but local issues are dominating as far as Uttarakhand elections are concerned. The BJP is blaming Congress government that during Kedarnath tragedy, Congress government failed to do the necessary work, and rehabilitation work is still not complete. As far as issues are concerned, local issues and development issues are dominating the scene. As far as rallies are concerned, today Home Minister Rajnath Singh will be addressing two rallies, and Harish Rawat is also having a roadshow, and it is according to reports and what we have seen on the ground, it is going to be a close fight, and it looks like that Harish Rawat, Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, he and the leaders of Congress who left Congress and joined BJP. So it's more or less it is a fight between Harish Rawat and others.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sham, for all those updates from Uttarakhand. And Sunday saw hectic political rallies in UP and Uttarakhand. While addressing a rally in Srinagar in Uttarakhand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi came down heavily on the Congress for raising questions on surgical strikes carried out last year. He also criticized the Congress for not implementing one rank, one pension for retired soldiers for years. Meanwhile, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi also hit out at the Prime Minister over demonetization, saying that it has adversely affected the country's poor and its small industries. At a grand road show in Haridwar, he said that the note ban only affected small traders and farmers without solving the problem of unaccounted money. Also, UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav and former Chief Minister and BSP Supremo Mayawati also campaigned for the second phase of elections in Hardoi as well as Sambhal districts and lashed out at the centre over note ban.
ये कांग्रेस वाले ऐसी मजाक उड़ाई है, फौजियों की ऐसी मजाक उड़ाई है। जब ये सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुआ ना, तो आपने देखा होगा ये नेता सब मैदान में आ गए सुबह सुबह ही। पाकिस्तान बोले उसके पहले हमारे लोगों ने बोलना चालू कर दिया, मोदी जी सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक का सबूत दो, सबूत। क्या हमारे देश के फौजियों के पराक्रम का सबूत मांगना पड़ता है क्या?
हिंदुस्तान का 94% काला धन स्विस बैंक अकाउंट में, रियल एस्टेट में और सोने में है। पता नहीं क्या कारण था, नरेंद्र मोदी 94% काले धन के पीछे नहीं दौड़े, मगर गरीब व्यक्तियों के जेब में कैश है, 1000 रुपए का नोट, 500 रुपए का नोट, उसको छीनने में लग गए।
जानना चाहते हैं कि काला धन कितना जमा हुआ है, कोई हिसाब तो दे दे। अब तो सब जमा है पैसा बैंकों में, कोई हिसाब आया? काले धन का अभी तक हिसाब नहीं आया। इसलिए साथियों, हम कहना चाहते हैं आपसे, बहुत लोगों को तकलीफ हुई, परेशानी हुई, जिन्होंने छोटा मोटा कारोबार करके मुनाफा कमाया, अपनी ईमानदारी का पैसा कमाया, कारोबार दुकान चला करके, ठेला लगा करके पैसा कमाया, उस सब पैसे को जमा करा लिया। लोग लाइन में लगे और लाइन में लग करके कई परिवारों की जान भी चली गई।
अचानक 500 व 1000 रुपए के नोटों पर पाबंदी लगाने का यह एक ऐसा अति जन पीड़ादायी फैसला ले लिया, जिसकी मार से देश के लगभग 90% गरीब, मजदूर, किसान या अन्य मेहनत कर एवं मध्यम वर्गीय लोग अभी तक भी पूरे तौर से उभर नहीं पा रहे हैं और इनके इस फैसले से अब तक पूरे देश में लाखों करोड़ों लोग बेरोजगार भी हो चुके हैं।
On to our special segment, our special focus state today is Uttarakhand that votes in a single phase on 15th of February for 69 of its 70 seats in the State Assembly. Well, several outfits fought for the statehood of Uttarakhand, but over the years, these parties have lost the faith of the electorate in the state. Well, we examine their current state and also the reasons for their downfall.
This is firebrand Mahila Manch leader Uma Bhatt. Thousands of women participated in the agitation with her for a separate state of Uttarakhand. But the Congress and the BJP walked away with power once a state was formed.
किसी के दिमाग में नहीं था कि उत्तराखंड बनना है तो हमने चलाना है। कुछ लोग कहते भी थे ऐसा बातचीत में कि तुम राजनीतिक दलों के लिए उत्तराखंड बना रहे हो। राज्य बनते बनते तो पार्टियां हावी हो गईं, कांग्रेस भी, बीजेपी भी हावी हो गईं, इसका श्रेय लेने में भी वो आगे आ गईं।
The Uttarakhand Kranti Dal has been active politically from the start. In the first elections following the formation of the state, the party won 4 seats. But then it has been a downhill for them. It was in alliance with both the BJP and the Congress during their rule in the state. Several other parties were also formed during this period. The Uttarakhand Parivartan Party, formed in 2009, is one such outfit. The party has alleged that the UKD has dashed the hopes of the electorate in the state by joining hands with the Congress and the BJP.
हम लोगों ने उस दिशा में ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं दिया और जो पार्टी राज्य के नाम पर उत्तराखंड क्रांति दल बनी थी, उस पार्टी ने हमेशा इस बात को महत्व दिया कि जो भी सरकार हो उसमें शामिल हो जाए। वो हर सरकार में जूनियर पार्टनर की तरह शामिल रही, उन्हें कभी उनको चुनौतियां नहीं दी।
The UKD too has split into smaller groups and the party is worried about its reducing appeal among voters. It understands that it has to retain its identity to remain relevant.
ये गलती हमारी पार्टी से हुई है, इस गलती को हम मानते हैं, लेकिन आज की तारीख में हमारा मानना है कि उत्तराखंड क्रांति दल सशक्त रूप से आगे काम कर रहा है।
उत्तराखंड क्रांति दल ने ये फैसला लिया है कि हम भारतीय जनता पार्टी और कांग्रेस को किसी भी कीमत पर अपना समर्थन नहीं देंगे।
An effort was also made among these parties to unite, but seat sharing was a major stumbling block. For now, the Uttarakhand Parivartan Party's Prabhat Dhyani is being backed by the UKD in the Ramnagar seat, but the two parties are facing off in other seats. An alliance with left parties could also not materialize. Political commentators believe that again the votes will split between these parties, handing out an advantage to the BJP and the Congress. With camera person Om Prakash, Dilip Khan's report from Nainital for Rajya Sabha TV.
And migration from the hill areas of Uttarakhand has emerged as one of the critical issues in this assembly elections. Well, the issue is also important as it is said to be impacting demographics of some districts. With people in these hill areas reeling under the lack of development, the political parties are certain to face a tough test here.
Nestling in
Well, we seem to have got some technical issues there. We'll get back to that report in the subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand is blessed with a beautiful valley of Jaunsar Bawar. Well, the plight of its residents is a sorry sight. People here are struggling for their basic necessities and the government many governments have come and gone, but the problems of the people remain unsolved.
Surrounded by beautiful meadows, Jaunsar Bawar is a tribal area in Uttarakhand. Although blessed with the gift of nature, people here are suffering. There are no basic amenities. People travel more than 100 kilometers across the valley for their daily needs.
सर यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा समस्या तो शिक्षा और क्या कहें स्वास्थ्य की है। यहाँ पे अगर किसी को बुखार पड़ता है तो हमको विकास नगर जाना पड़ता है। स्वास्थ्य की यहाँ इतनी खराब स्थिति है।
अगर कुछ ज्यादा दिक्कत आती है तो आधे रास्ते में मरीज दम तोड़ देते हैं। यहाँ पे जाने के लिए अगर बर्फ गिर की कुछ व्यवस्था नहीं है यहाँ के लिए। बरसात के टाइम पे वगैरह होना चाहिए यहाँ पर कोई अच्छी जी यहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल होना चाहिए, स्कूल भी नहीं है, अच्छे स्कूल भी होना चाहिए अच्छे से।
Jaunsar Bawar's cry for help did echo through the park corridor once. after which a plan for new Chakrata near the existing Chakrata camp was made. A foundation stone for the same was also laid by then UP Governor on December 6, 1997. After the formation of new state of Uttarakhand, the plan went into cold storage. It's been 20 years and the promises remain on paper.
ऐसी समस्या हो, विकास नगर देहरादून जाना पड़ता है और ये सबको सब हमें सुविधा जो है यहाँ मिलती, इसके लिए इस टाउन का जो प्लान बनाया था, लेकिन उत्तराखंड बनने के बाद में ये हालत रही, इस ओर किसी ने ध्यान नहीं दिया.
There are 358 villages in the region. With little or no facilities, people are now migrating.
गांव के लोग हैं, ये मकान नहीं है गांव. अब ये रुकेंगे तब जब ही इनके लिए यहाँ पर आवश्यकताएं पूरी करें.
Like in the past, basic amenities and infrastructure continues to remain big election issues this time as well.
Jaunsar region has been neglected by government for several years now. Local hope for improvement in basic amenities as they brace for assembly polls. With camera person Santosh Yadav, Navvikram Singh, Rajya Sabha TV, Chakrata.
Now, correspondent Navvikram Singh also spoke exclusively with Uttarakhand Chief Minister Harish Rawat, who expressed full confidence of his party Congress coming back to power.
जिस तरीके से हमने पिछले 2-2.5 सालों में काम किया है और जिस तरीके का नकारात्मक आचरण भारतीय जनता पार्टी का रहा है, तो ये दोनों को तुलनात्मक रूप में देख करके उत्तराखंड की जनता एक बार फिर से कांग्रेस में विश्वास व्यक्त करेगी.
सर, बीते दिनों सियासी हलचल भी हुई उत्तराखंड में, खास तौर पर जो पूरे देश में सुर्खियां बनी रही. ऐसे में आपकी सरकार पर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप भी लगे. उन आरोपों को किस तरीके से देखते हैं? क्या
जिस भ्रष्टाचार का इन्होंने जिक्र किया, जिसको इन्होंने नारे में तब्दील किया कि जब से आया है बहुगुणा भ्रष्टाचार बड़ा 100 गुणा, आज वो बहुगुणा जो है भाजपा के नेता है, तो आरोप किस पर लगना चाहिए, किसको जवाब देना चाहिए? पॉली हाउस घोटाले में जिसमें कई दिन तक विधानसभा नहीं चलने दी गई, वो जिस मंत्री पर आरोप लगाया था वो भाजपा की नेता है, आज उम्मीदवार हैं. बात वो स्टिंग की करते हैं कि साहब दल बदल के लिए मैंने प्रयास किया. मैं साफ कह रहा हूं, देखे उस स्टिंग को. यदि मैं कहता हूं मुझे विधायक चाहिए और मेरे लिए विधायक खरीदने की मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं, कहता हूं कि मुझे विधायक बेच दो भाई, किसी से कह रहा हूं, तो मुझे दोषी बताएं. ये तो इनको बहाना चाहिए था मेरी सरकार को बर्खास्त करने के लिए, इसलिए एक कॉन्स्पिरेसी के तहत एक स्टिंग करवाया गया और सरकार बर्खास्त कर दी गई. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने, हाई कोर्ट ने लगातार निर्णयों के बाद ये तय किया कि हमारी सरकार को पुनः स्थापित करना है.
बहुत ज्यादा लोग अब बीजेपी में चले गए. ऐसे में आपको लगता है कि जनाधार भी कुछ कम होगा?
इससे पार्टी को नई ताकत मिली. इनके कारण हमको बहुत सारे चाहे अनचाहे समझौते करने पड़े थे. सरकार चलाना मुसीबत था. फिर तो ये अगले 5 साल में 4-5 सरकारें देखने के लिए लोगों को तैयार रहना पड़ेगा. तो लोग हर हालत में उत्तराखंड जीते, इसलिए इन दल बदलों को पराजित करेंगे.
On to other special report now. Well, election campaigns have changed with changing times. While traditional ways of wooing voters still continue, the campaign wars that are being fought on social media cannot be ignored. Well, a report on a political party's social media campaigns from poll-bound Uttarakhand.
The social media managers of each of the two major parties in Uttarakhand, the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party, have the task cut out. Looking for a comeback, the Congress Party's IT wing is concentrating on a positive digital campaign by presenting its government's achievements.
ब्लॉक स्तर तक हम लोगों ने अपनी टीमों का गठन कर लिया है और जो भी हमारी उपलब्धियां हैं, हमारा फोकस मेन हमारी उपलब्धियों की तरफ है. जिस प्रकार भाजपा का रुझान केवल और केवल दुष्प्रचार पे है, किस प्रकार सरकार का दुष्प्रचार करना है. हमारा काम केवल अपनी उपलब्धियों को लेकर के जाना है.
On the attack mode, the opposition BJP is keeping up with the online races on views, likes and shares by attacking Congress Chief Minister Harish Rawat.
आज की तारीख में हमारा जो युवा मतदाता है उसकी संख्या भी बहुत अधिक है, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी इन सभी तथ्यों को ध्यान में रखते हुए सोशल मीडिया पर अपना कैंपेन चलाने के लिए बहुत तीव्रता से और बहुत प्रखरता से काम कर रही है. और हमारा जो आईटी प्रकोष्ठ है और जो आईटी का मीडिया हमारा सेल है, वो हर विधानसभा वार हमने जिम्मेवारी दी है. हर विधानसभा में हमने मीडिया प्रकोष्ठ बनाया है उसमें आईटी सेल अलग से बनाया गया है और हर विधानसभा के प्रभारी बनाए गए हैं और वो उस हिसाब से अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं.
While the massive reach of social media in limited time is immense, in Uttarakhand, however, reaching out to people living in remote areas remains a tough challenge due to poor internet connectivity in many areas. Nav Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, with election fever gripping the hill state of Uttarakhand, capital city Dehradun has become the nerve centre of all the political activity. Well, the state, remember, will vote in a single phase on 15th of February with a straight contest between the two traditional rivals, Congress and the BJP. Though less in numbers, smaller parties too can make the contest tight in a 70-seat assembly. So here is a look at some of the focus issues.
Whether it is the Queen of Hill Stations Mussoorie or the spiritual Rishikesh, preparations for the assembly polls are being seen all across the capital city. The polls are also an opportunity to bring the focus back on local issues, be it in the news or daily conversations. This time round, the issue of migrations from hilly areas remains high on focus, especially that of lack of basic amenities and facilities like jobs and shoddy management of education, health, roadways and transport.
जगह जगह सीवर लाइन खुदियां भरने का नाम नहीं ले रहे हैं. सरकार कर क्या रही है? स्वास्थ्य के प्रति किसी को लापरवाही हो रही है. आए दिन आप देखते हैं पहाड़ में तरह-तरह की समस्याएं हो रही हैं. स्वास्थ्य और रोजगार का सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है. इसको देख के हम वोट करेंगे.
कॉलेज में सीबीसीएस सिस्टम लागू किया गया है. सीबीसीएस सिस्टम के तहत में स्किल के कोर्सेज आए हैं. तो उसमें हर स्किल के कोर्सेज के हिसाब से अलग से टीचर्स होते हैं स्किल के, जिसमें टीचर्स की कमी है. तो हम चाहते हैं कॉलेज में टीचर्स की कमी भी दूर की जाए.
The irony of Uttarakhand lies in its beauty, a boon for tourists, but a bane for the locals. Entrepreneurs and job seekers want to encourage tourism, but the facilities are abysmal. The hope this time is to get a government that understands the troubles of the hill people and stop entire villages from emptying out.
हमारे यहाँ अस्पताल की दिक्कत है. अस्पताल हमारे यहाँ आसपास नहीं है. 10 किलोमीटर अस्पताल है जो वहाँ जाने में दिक्कत पड़ जाती है. दूसरा, हमारे यहाँ जो है आसपास फैक्ट्रियाँ जो अभी है सब में बाहर कहीं रोजगार दिया जाता है. यहाँ पे कुछ फैक्ट्रियाँ लगनी चाहिए ताकि ग्रामवासियों को रोजगार मिल सके.
बीइंग अ स्टूडेंट, मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि जो भी यहाँ पे सरकार आए वो हम यूथ के लिए, हम स्टूडेंट के लिए सबसे पहले तो एजुकेशन लोन को लेके कुछ हमें प्रोवाइड करवाए. सेकंड, यहाँ पे स्किल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम हम यूथ के लिए लेकर आए. थर्ड, यहाँ पे तीसरी चीज ये लेकर आए कि यहाँ पे स्कूल्स वगैरह ज्यादा बने, कॉलेज वगैरह ज्यादा बने.
Dehradun district consists of 10 assembly seats, which is expected to witness a keen contest between the ruling party Congress and the main challenger BJP. In the 2012 assembly polls, both the parties had shared the honours, scoring victories on 5 seats. Congress won Chakrata, Vikasnagar, Dharmpur, Raipur and Rajpur Road, while the BJP got Sahespur, Mussoorie, Doiwala, Dehradun Cant and Rishikesh. The situation this time though seems to be different, with rebellion hitting both camps. Nav Vikram Singh's report for Rajya Sabha Television.
Well, the Election Commission wants students to learn from the secondary school level how to become responsible voters. Well, in a bid to educate 15 to 17-year-old future voters who would enroll as voters when they turn 18, well, the Election Commission has asked the Union HRD Ministry to introduce electoral literacy in the curriculum at the secondary school level. And till the time the subject becomes part of the curriculum, the Commission has asked the HRD Ministry to ask the NCERT to bring out a booklet on elections and electoral process that may be included in the list of supplementary reading material for schools at appropriate level. Well, the poll panel launched a unique program this January called Interactive School Engagement, under which close to 5,000 electoral registration officers, district election officers and the chief electoral officers visited one school to interact with the students of class 9 to 12 in the age group of 15 to 17 years in India. Over 62 million persons fall in the age group of 15 to 17 years and have been described as future voters by the Election Commission. And a look at the other election stories in Election Wrap. The BJP has released its fifth list of candidates for the Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. In the list finalized by the party's Central Election Committee, the candidates have been named for Sagri, Sikandarpur, Pindra and Obra Assembly seats. Voting in these seats will take place in the 7th phase. The Manipur National Democratic Front, or MNDF, has announced its list of 15 candidates for the Manipur Assembly polls to be held next month. While announcing the list of candidates, Party Vice President Lian Gangte said that the party will bring a change in Manipur. Elections will be held in 60 assembly seats in the state on 4th and 8th of March. Controversial BJP leader Sangeet Som's brother Gagan Som was detained on Saturday morning in Uttar Pradesh's Faridpur for carrying a pistol inside a polling booth. While sporting the pistol, the security personnel whisked Gagan Som away from inside the booth. Elections to Alapur constituency in Uttar Pradesh has been postponed following the death of Samajwadi Party candidate Chandrasekhar Kanojia. Kanojia passed away after suffering a heart attack during election campaigning in Ambedkar Nagar. The polls were to be held on the 27th of February and the new dates will be announced later. Rashtriya Ulema Council has withdrawn its 84 candidates after extending support to BSP, saying that there was a need to work together with it to defeat communal forces. Stressing that there had been continued atrocities on Muslims in the past 5 years, the council appealed to all the Muslims to vote for the BSP, describing it as the best option available. Well, that's it in this edition of Verdict 2017. I'll see you tomorrow same time. Thanks for watching.